and that is the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark Rookie of the Year debate, right? And it just has to be discussed. And some of these things may be uncomfortable to talk about or to hear, but what I'm about to say is just reality, whether you want to accept it or not. It's just the truth. So after Angel Reese goes on this double-double streak, the WNBA and ESPN specifically, who has now become just basically a puppet for big sports leagues, right? I mean, essentially, they just want to push whatever narrative they're told to push, and with the exception of Pat McAfee. But besides McAfee, ESPN just is going to push whatever narrative they're told to push, right? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, when Caitlin Clark's clearly been the best rookie all season, one of the better players in the WNBA overall, now all of a sudden we're going to get a million different pundits on ESPN saying that Angel Reese deserves not only to be in the conversation for Rookie of the Year, but to actually be the leader in it, which is ridiculous. So I understand from a business perspective why the WNBA would want to do this. It's just not true, right? From a business perspective, right, this is a league that has never turned a profit, right? It's a league that was irrelevant for 26 years of its existence. Nobody cared until this year. Whether you want to accept that or not, that's the fact. Nobody cared. Maybe they were increasing their viewership from where it was. Maybe it was getting a little bit better. Maybe it was inching towards, losing a little bit of money instead of a lot of money. But until this year, it was not in the public eye whatsoever. Nobody cared about it, right? Including myself. They've been subsidized by the NBA for years to stay afloat. And more importantly, it's never been compelling, it's never been interesting, and it's never even been honestly watchable until now. Regardless of all that, we get Caitlin Clark coming in. And she has made this league entertaining, right? The WNBA has become appealing. I'm a good example of that. I never watched before. I didn't care. Caitlin Clark comes in the league. I watch because of her, and I enjoy watching some of the other games as well, right? I'm not saying that the other girls and the other teams are irrelevant. They're not. But I just never even cared to look. And that said, too, it's not like this is the highest level of basketball, right? Like, there's still times in these games where I'm like, really? That this is professional basketball? But regardless, right, there's no debate that Caitlin Clark is the one driving this, right? The Indiana Fever are top 10 in the most watched games of all time all this year, right? The attendance records are all Indiana Fever games, right? All top attendance records, all Indiana Fever games, right? She sells out arenas. It includes away teams. The attendance of teams playing her in their home stadium or arena is higher on average for every team than when they play the rest of their games because people want to watch her play. She is entertaining. She is the most compelling women's player the game has ever seen. She's the reason that we got chartered flights for the WNBA. She's the reason that they're probably going to get a new TV deal. She's the reason that salaries are going to go up. She is the reason people are watching the game. Plain and simple. But with all that said, they know, being the WNBA, that this moment they are entertaining. And this moment it is compelling. And this moment it is interesting. But the second that goes away, people will forget about the WNBA. And so they have to stir up some drama. That's what they're doing here. And they know, the WNBA, if they just put that rumor out there that Angel Reese could actually win Rookie of the Year, the ESPN, especially the women, and especially the minority women on ESPN, will jump on that in a second to be able to hate on Caitlin Clark. I mean, that's like putting a bag of heroin next to a junkie and walking away. They're going to take that bag and they're going to run with it. Just like the pundits on ESPN are going to take that Angel Reese narrative and they're going to run with it. Whether it's true or not, whether it's good for you or not, whether you want to believe it or not, that's the truth. Okay? And so they decided to drum up this drama that somehow, despite the fact that Angel Reese, who shoots about 40% on open layups and gets her own rebound and sets this double-double record where she's literally having to score her 10th point in garbage time, calling for the ball up by 7 or down by 15 or missing shots on purpose to get her own rebound, to get a double-double streak that, mind you, was 16, 15 games? By the way, do you know what the double-double streak in the NBA is? 227, right? 227 games. In the WNBA, it's 15, okay? It's not impressive. Nobody cares about you getting garbage time double-doubles. Nobody cares that you need a point in the last 5 seconds of a game in order to get to 10 points. It's not compelling. It's not interesting, okay? That's the truth of the matter. But from a business perspective, that is exactly what ESPN is going to push. That Angel Reese is a Rookie of the Year, not only contender, but maybe deserves to get it. Now, as I said, it's no secret that a lot of these ESPN women and a lot of, people in general hate the fact, and this is the truth, that a white girl has single-handedly made the WNBA relevant. Again, remember, I'm not saying that the WNBA is all only Caitlin Clark, but it's been built and become popular solely because of her, right? And they hate that. They hate it more than anything, right? And they'll do or say anything to try to make people think that that is not true, even though that even they know deep down that there is no debate between these two players, right? So let's just think about this. Let's flip the script. Let's say, for sake of argument, Angel Reese is white and Caitlin Clark is black. Let's just say, for sake of argument, that's the truth. Would that change any of the fans against Caitlin Clark? Meaning any of Caitlin Clark's current fans, would they no longer be fans because she was black? And I would venture to guess it's almost none. Almost nobody would say, with the exception of a few extremist racists who play into this whole race debate. The majority of the actual sports fans, people who are actually like basketball and are just normal people, they're not going to go away from that because she's black, because that makes no sense. On the other hand, would any of the fans of Angel Reese change their opinion of her if she was white? Would they be saying that Angel Reese deserves the Rookie of the Year, that Angel Reese deserves, to be in the top 2 rookie category? And the answer is they would 100% switch, and they would not say that she deserves the Rookie of the Year, right? And they know damn well that's true. They know damn well it's true. So knowing that, last night as Caitlin Clark dropped 24 and 19, those people who are Angel Reese fans, if Caitlin Clark were black, those fans would be crowning Caitlin Clark as the next greatest thing since sliced bread. They would be crowning her as the greatest rookie WNBA player ever. You would not have anything else going on. Everybody would be saying that. There would be no debate whatsoever. And that's my issue with this entire situation. Whether you want to admit it or not, this has come down to race. It is not basketball. This has nothing to do with basketball in terms of the Angel Reese. Okay? If Caitlin Clark was black and Angel Reese was white, would Dawn Staley be coming out and vocally stating that Angel Reese deserves to be the Rookie of the Year? Would she? If they are both black, would she say it? If they were both white, would she say it? If the fact that Caitlin Clark is white and Angel Reese is black, and a black head coach comes out and says that the black girl deserves it, despite the fact that the white girl is clearly better and has clearly done more in her short career. I mean, think about that. Have you ever seen a men's college coach come out and say anything about a Rookie of the Year? Oh yeah, this person deserves Rookie of the Year, other than maybe, somebody saying it about somebody they coached. But have you ever seen a collegiate coach in men's basketball come out and say, oh yeah, this person deserves Rookie of the Year over this person, neither of whom played for him, and neither of whom do they really know that well? No, I've never seen it because it hasn't happened. Why is Dawn Staley saying this at all? But the truth of the matter is that this is America, right? And whether we like it or not, race is going to play a role. That's just the facts, okay? Now, it sure as shit doesn't play a role for me and for most logical, unbiased Americans, right? I could care less the color of your skin. Russell Westbrook is my all-time favorite basketball player. I have a signed Russell Westbrook picture right here. That is my all-time favorite player. That's one of my most prized possessions. I could care less whether he's white or black. I like him because I like how he plays. I like how he conducts himself. He's fun to watch. He plays hard. He competes. And that is what struck me about him when I first started watching him play at UCLA and followed him his entire career. I don't care whether people like him or not. I don't care whether he's black or white. I don't care about any of that stuff. All I care about is that I enjoy watching him play. He's my favorite player. Tim Duncan is my all-time favorite Spur. I picked number 21 in high school because Tim Duncan wore number 21 for the Spurs. He's the all-time great for the San Antonio Spurs. He's black. I don't care. I could care less whether he's white or black. It does not matter to me whatsoever, right? I loved Tim Duncan because he was unselfish. He was the best player on his team. He's a multiple-time MVP, and he conducted himself in a professional manner on and off the court while being a competitor. He's fun to watch. He won. That's why I like him. Since when in sports has any logical person chose who they like based on race? I mean, it's got to be 2% of the population, and whoever they are, why do we care about what they think anyway? They shouldn't matter, right? Why is that playing a role now? Most sports fans who are legitimate sports fans pick a player who they like based on how a player plays, based on how they act, based on how they conduct themselves on and off the court, based on what team they're on. It does not matter what the color of their skin is. I cannot tell you a single person I know who has disliked a player or liked a player because of their race. I just have never seen it. Caitlin Clark puts up ridiculous numbers. She plays fast. She pushes the ball. She shoots threes from 30 feet, right? Just like Steph Curry, right? When Steph Curry played for Davidson and he got on the NCAA tournament stage, and this was back before we had a bunch of social media, and imagine what Steph Curry would have been like in today's world if he was playing in college and grew up in that. But regardless, he became a star still on the stage, and everybody wanted to watch him play. He was the most compelling story of the tournament. Why? Because he played fast, and he pushed the ball, and he shot threes, and that was unique, right? Caitlin Clark is the same. She is unique. Girls, we haven't seen girls come and shoot 30-foot three-pointers and drop 19 assists in games and drop triple-doubles, right, and score 35 points a game in college. We didn't see it. It's unique. There's nothing unique about Angel Reese, right? She misses her own shots on purpose to pad her stats, right? She calls for the ball with the clock running out with the game over to get to 10 points so she can extend her double-double streak. Nobody enjoys that. Nobody respects that. Nobody cares, right? So why do people defend that? Why? And the answer is that it comes down to one thing, and that it's race. She's not unique, right? She's somebody that people should root against based on how she acts and what she does, right? And most people do, I think, most logical people. And if you took race out of it, I strongly believe that the majority of people, 90%, would be Caitlin Clark fans over Angel Reese. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and most importantly, comment on the video. Engagement is huge for us. If you comment on this video, you will have good karma for a full year. And if you don't, a puppy will die.